Every year, the families of almost 420,000 women lose a wife, a sister, or a daughter to the nation's #1 killer.
You might be surprised to learn it's heart disease that's killing the women you love, and most women don't even know it. Tonight, CBS 19's Dana Hughey introduces us to a woman whose life was touched by heart disease not once, but twice. It's tonight's CBS 19 special report.
Holly Rand lost her mother and grandmother just 3 years apart. Both died of heart attacks. In both cases, it was sudden, and both times their cardiovascular disease went undiagnosed until their deaths. It's a loss she doesn't want her family or yours to have to go through. Holly Rand's mom, Sharon, didn't live long enough to see her daughter succeed as a business owner. She died just after celebrating her 35th wedding anniversary.
I lost my mother at her young age of 56 and my young age of 32. At the time, my daughter was only 2 and she barely knew her Nana.
Sharon had heart disease and didn't know it, but there were signs.
Her symptoms were, shallow breathing, headache, a cough that was really, really deep and bad.
Holly says her mom felt bad enough to go to an emergency room in another part of Texas just 10 days before she died.
They diagnosed her with bronchitis and put her on a prescription of albuterol. The doctor who did the autopsy, said, okay, the albuterol probably led to the final effects of her having a heart attack.
Sharon's death led to so many whys for her daughter. Why didn't the doctors diagnose the heart disease? Why didn't her mom take better care of herself?
It was kind of like, why don't women know this?
And why didn't Holly's mom get checked, knowing that her own mom died of heart disease?
As you get over the grief, and the whys and the how comes, then you start to focus on how you can help other people not go through the loss of a loved one. Women, we get busy. We get busy taking care of other people. We get busy sometimes in our professions, in our homes, and we miss the symptoms, or we don't go to the doctor.
That's the very premise behind this video, Just a Little Heart Attack, from the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. It's meant to be a powerful wake-up call to women to understand their risk for heart disease and empower them to make their health a priority.
Here's what's a little bit scary to me is that 43% of women who had a heart attack said they had no chest pain whatsoever.
Deb Taylor is the Chief Nursing Officer for the Lewis and Peaches Owen Heart Hospital at Trinity Mother Frances Hospitals and Clinics. She says women don't always experience heart attacks with crushing chest pain.
Sometimes women will have some stomach upset or feel just extremely fatigued.
Other possible signs that women experience and overlook prior to a heart attack are sleep disturbance, shortness of breath, and anxiety. During an attack, many women feel a shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, weakness, cold sweats, and dizziness.
If you're feeling those symptoms at home, we want you to call 911 and have an ambulance come and take you to the emergency room, because if your situation worsens as you're driving down that road, we want you in the care of someone who can help you right away.
Taylor says while some of the risk factors like genetics are out of your control, there are things you can control, like blood pressure, weight, diet, your activity level, and stress. All risks Holly took a close look at herself.
I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the focus, and literally in December that I started working out, and then in January of 2012 when I started changing my diet and looking at a heart-healthy diet, taking vitamins.
She also reminds the women in her life, sisters, friends, and co-workers, to take care of their hearts and listen to their bodies so they won't miss those special moments her mom missed. Holly doesn't have to see a cardiologist yet, but it is a conversation she's had with all of her doctors. Cardiovascular experts say you should too, and they suggest you stay educated on the risk factors and symptoms, then do your best to control them. Back to you.
Could save your life. All right, thank you, Dana. Now, researchers talked with women who didn't feel chest pain during their heart attacks. 95% of them said, in hindsight, they did have some signs and symptoms, but they didn't put 2 and 2 together.